Hey guys, I just got finished reading Solstice by Simon Holt. This is the second book to The Devouring. Not sure if it's a trilogy because I know Fearscape just came out last month. But I'm not sure if there's another book that's going to come out after that or if that was the conclusion. Oh, it's the final book. I guess if I'd read first, I do that a lot. I tend to speak before I think. The third and final book, yeah, Fearscape. This book was just as good as the first book. If you have not read the first book, if you have not read The Devouring, then you probably don't want to listen to this review. I'm going to try not to do any spoilers, but it's still going to be hard because it is a second book. This book basically starts 6 months after The Devouring leaves off, and Reggie and Henry have had no problems, have had no issues with the Devourers. They're trying to get their lives back together. And then all of a sudden, it's like a week before school ends, they start having nightmares again, hallucinations, stuff like that. And, they're just like, they don't think right off that it's the Devourers. They know something's up, but they don't think like the Devourers are actually coming, because in the first book it told you that the Devourers can only come on Sorry Night, which is in December, like right before Christmas. So this is June, and so they're like not thinking that the Devourers are going to come. But the Devourers actually, ever since Reggie was able to get into the Fearscape, it changed some rules, and so the Devourers actually now are able to break through on Solstice Night also, which is in June. So I think it's the longest day of the year is what it actually is. And so the twins, the Kasner twins, that we were introduced to in the first book, actually play a big part in the second book. Reggie continues to do what she did in the first book by going into people's fearscapes and saving them. And then even the guy that owns the used bookstore, you finally find out in this book too what he's up to and how he plays a part in all of this with the Devourers and that too. So that was interesting. Quinn also plays a huge part in this. He does come back. So he plays a huge part in it. The details and the descriptions in this book were just as good as the first book, and I just absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. My favorite parts are when Reggie goes into people's fearscapes, because those are nightmares. It kind of reminds me of like Nightmare on Elm Street, when people, they're afraid to go to sleep. They're afraid of their dreams because Freddy kind of controls them. But he also, just like the Devourers kind of control their fearscapes and their dreams and stuff like that. But it's also based on what they're truly afraid of. And so things like are kind of mishmashed together, and just like, kind of like a, what's that guy's name that wrote Nightmare on Elm Street, Nightmare Before Christmas. Oh, great. Anyways, kind of like how his movies are, where things are kind of more make-believe and just odd characters, and well, that's like what the nightmares are like. That's what the fearscape is. You might have, like in, I think it was the first book, in Henry's fearscape, there was a clown that had a saw for a hand. So, things like that. So it wasn't just a scary clown. There was different, parts to him. So those are my favorite parts, was the fearscapes, because they were just so detailed and just so freaky, and I loved it. At the end of the story, I actually liked how it ended off. Reggie actually confides in somebody, and to hear their reaction to it was a shock to me. And then it was like a little bit of a twist at the end. Like, I wasn't expecting them that. So it was a good ending. I liked it, and I can't wait to read Fearscape. but it's only in hardback right now, and I want to buy it. Since my other two, the Devouring and Solstice, are in paperback, I'm going to have to wait, which doesn't come out in paperback to June of 2011, I believe. So I'm going to have to wait. I could get it from the library and read it, but I want to wait till I buy it, I think. So that's it. I know this wasn't the greatest review, but I didn't want to give too much away. It's hard, it's hard doing reviews without giving stuff away. So yeah, The Solstice by Simon Holt, The Devouring Book 2. So if you've not read this series yet, you need to seriously read it. Right now, I am reading Positively. It's about a mother who had AIDS, or has AIDS, and she dies, and her daughter, they find out actually, they die when her daughter is 13, but when her daughter was 4, they find out that she was HIV positive too. So I've only read the first chapter so far, and so far it's pretty good. Alright guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.